This is the big one. This is the video which we have the Thought Bubble convention. This is the night before, final prep. Very exciting but very stressful. Making sure everything's all wrapped and packed and ready to go. Okay, don't mind the little haircut. I got it yesterday and I'm still getting used to it. It's too short. But I just had to say something and we're moving on. So today we are getting ready to pack up the car and drive up to Harrogate for Thought Bubble. We are also having my sister and her boyfriend stay, so we've been clearing out a space in the room for them, and we've been selling furniture because we're leaving soon. And so that's the clothes organisation for us. But we're going to go through the checklist, pack everything in, and hopefully we've got it all. I'm excited. We get to load in tonight at like between 4 and 7. So we'll do that and then we'll go to the hotel and then take a little downtime, take a little breath, and then Saturday the convention starts. So here we go. We stayed up so late last night getting all of these done for mini little sticker packs. I'm just working out how best to display them on my table, and I'm thinking that this old box could actually do the trick, and we'll have, you know, all the different stickers like so. I think that should work. It's now 10:30. The bed is set up for my sister. We're packed. I've got a little section over here of stuff to get put in the car for Thought Bubble. We're good to go. I'm just sewing up a little hoodie and I'm just waiting for my fiance to come back with the car that we're renting, and then we'll load it up and hit the road. We had a lovely 4 to 5 hour drive from London up to Harrogate, which is near Leeds. I wasn't feeling too nervous at this stage, which was nice. It was just a really pleasant drive, and I was also happy to get the chance to do some driving myself because I haven't driven since living in New Zealand, which is almost 3 years ago, and didn't crash, so that's something. We'll take that as a win. But yeah, it was lovely seeing more of the countryside, and I've never been so far north, so this was a really fun little road trip for us. As we were approaching the city, I swapped places as I didn't want to drive in the little narrow streets. I'm not super comfortable with that yet. I can do the motorway. We got to start packing in our stuff and setting up the table, and it was really, really exciting. This was when it really started feeling real. I felt a bit jittery sitting up, which is crazy. And this is what the booth looks like. Alright, it's on?
Yeah.
Alright, perfect. We're 1 hour, I don't know how close it is. It's 1 hour in. 1 comic book sold. Some stickers sold. As the day continued, I really settled in and felt really comfortable, and there was definitely a steady stream of people coming by the booth and buying stuff, which was so exciting. It was also so nice to just talk to other artists and just be amongst the atmosphere. I was really feeling, really happy. Doing little check-in. We have how many hours? 3 hours to go. It slowed down a little at lunch, but it's picking up a bit now as the new wave of people are coming in. And we've sold 7 comic books so far. So thanks everyone who's come and bought one. We really appreciate it. Good morning. Today is the beginning of the second and final day of Thought Bubble. The plan was at the end of yesterday to film a little clip kind of talking about how the day went. By the time we had dinner and got back to the hotel, I was exhausted. We basically just ate got ready for bed and fell asleep. So that didn't happen. So I'm trying to capture some of my thoughts from yesterday, this morning, before the new day starts. Basically, it went really well. There was a steady flow of people through all day. Around lunchtime, it definitely quietened out a bit, and we felt that with sales. And the more we talked to other exhibitors and like our table mates, they kind of felt the same thing. So that was reassuring to know that it wasn't just a moment for us, but like it was felt by the whole convention. And I haven't done conventions in so long that I didn't really even think about the fact that everyone kind of stops mingling or goes home or hasn't arrived yet around that lunch period. So yeah, by the end of yesterday we sold 9 comic books, a bunch of stickers, 1 print and 1 postcard, I believe. So as we were coming to the end of yesterday and noticed that the prints weren't really moving, we've decided to drop the price on them for today. So we'll see if that makes a big difference, or if, you know, as kind of rough as it sounds, if they're just not the type of thing that people want to buy. But that's the good thing about doing conventions, is every time you put all your new work out there, it's kind of like market research. You see what people gravitate towards and what doesn't really move. And so that's kind of what we're chalking this weekend up to. You know, we weren't ever expecting to make money back and cover all costs of this convention. But we're looking at it more as like a really great first experience back into the convention world, and see what people are interested in buying, and, you know, just getting our feet through the door again, which yesterday was definitely successful at doing, and we're hoping today we get a little bit more movement on the comic books. And yeah, so I can't really think of too much else to say, besides it's very, like, the time went very quickly yesterday, but the last couple of hours really slowed down, and I think it's just like the fatigue from talking with people all day, and, you know, selling, and the little adrenaline spikes you get in different moments. And yeah, by the end of the day we were just tired. So today is an hour shorter than yesterday, so I'm hoping we don't really hit that wall as hard as we did. And we're woken up like excited and ready to go again, which is a great place to be in, because last night I wasn't too sure if I'd wake up and feel like a little bit of dread of how big of another day we have, but I'm not feeling that at the moment, so that's great, and we are ready to go. And I can't think of anything else to say, so I think I'll leave it there, and I'll try film some more stuff at the convention. Didn't really get a chance to yesterday because it was all very like overwhelming, and then the few moments where I remembered to video, I didn't really know what to say, and I felt a bit shy filming in public. But I'm going to try push through that today just to get some more footage to bulk out this video. I also thought that maybe I would break the convention into 2 parts, but I don't think enough has happened to do that, so it's going to all be in one. So today hopefully there'll be a bit more footage, but we shall see. Alright, time to get ready and leave. Bye. Having said that I would do a lot of filming today, I've done 0 and the day is almost over. We've got an hour and 40 left. Sold 7 books today, I think, and a couple of stickers, and it's been a lot slower, but like really friendly, really engaged people, so it's been really fun.
So much fun. What are you doing, Step Razor?
It's the end of day 2 So Thought Bubble Day 2 has just ended, which means that's it for the weekend. We did it. The whole convention is done. All that lead up and prep. It's... Yeah, you're good. All that lead up and prep has paid off. We sold a bunch of stuff, which I will talk about once I'm home and can put all the numbers into my spreadsheet and give you a full rundown of what it costs. I can say off the bat that we haven't broke even, but we weren't expecting to, and I'm really happy with how we did. I'm kind of surprised almost with how many books we sold, so I'm stoked. I'm really happy with how it went. So it wrapped up today at 5 p.m. and then we packed up, said goodbye to our table mates who were all really lovely. We had a couple next to us who had a big D&D campaign display. They wrote comic books about the D&D campaigns that they've done with their friends and their characters, and also I think they had like a book that you can play through, like a one-shot thing from what I was understanding. I haven't played D&D in a long time, so a lot of the vocab, I don't really know what it means anymore. But yeah, they were really cool. Their art was really sick. I'll also show some of the stuff that we bought and got once I'm back home, because it's already packed down the car now, I'm just realizing. And then the couple on the right of us were an American couple from Denver, Colorado, and the guy Carl, he does he writes and draws comic books, and it seemed to be very like slice of life stuff about him and his wife and their cat, and it was really cool, like really well done. It was, yeah, we were really happy with who we had on each side of us. We felt like they really took us under their wing for people who have done Thought Bubble for quite a few years now. And we had a grand old time. Today was actually my favorite day. I didn't have the nerves of the first day, and I kind of was getting in the flow of things and, you know, being a bit more communicative, I guess, with people coming past the stall, because I always find it's a weird one of like, how much do you interact with someone, how much do you just let them browse and do their thing. But I really felt like today I hit like a happy medium and felt really really good about the interactions I had. I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier, but today definitely felt like there was a lot more chattiness and like engagement with people's tables. Not quite as much buying, but that's to be expected on a Sunday. But overall, like, had a really good time. My one, if I had to do a peaks and pits situation, my one pit that stands out to me at the moment is just not many of the prints sold, and that was a little, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little disappointing. I was more at peace with it today, but yesterday I really had high hopes for the prints, and only a couple of them really got sold. So yeah, that was a bit of a bummer, just because I worked really hard on those and I still really loved them. But you know, you never know what people are into and what they want to spend their money on. And at a comic convention, if you're looking at prints or comics, like maybe you'd just rather spend the money on comics, which is totally fine. I had two massive peaks. One of them was on Saturday, where one of you who watch me here on YouTube came over to my table earlier in the day, and we had a really sweet interaction. You were so lovely to talk to, and then to make it even more special, you came back later on in the day and bought one of my comics, and I can't express how thrilled I am about that and how much that meant to me. Like, that will be just such a special moment for me forever, because that was like one of my first ever sales on my first ever comic book. Thank you so much for coming over and saying something, and I hope you like the book. Please reach out and let me know what you thought of it if you've had a chance to read it yet. And thank you so much for letting me take a photo with you, because that really was like such a special moment for me. a huge shout out and thank you so much, Fred, for coming over and saying hi. That meant the world to me. The second massive peak was on Sunday. I had a guy who bought my book early on the Saturday, read it overnight, and then rush up to the table and just gave me a big old rundown on how he found it, and it was the most praise I've ever received and such a beautiful review than I could ever have imagined, and that was just so, like, it had me grinning. I just didn't even know what to say. It was so cool to have someone read it after having read, like, I think he said like 20 other books that evening that he had bought from Thought Bubble, and that mine was his favorite, and it was just, it meant the world to me. That was so cool, and it made me think, like, this is the main reason why I want to get more into doing conventions and, you know, having places for me to sell my stuff and hear back from people who have read or bought any of my drawings. Like, it's really surreal. It was such a cool experience. And I'm glad my fiance was there to see it, because otherwise I wouldn't even know how to describe it properly, because it was so overwhelming, but in the most positive way. So yeah, that was awesome. So then, yes. And as some of you may know, it is my birthday today, the Sunday. And I was treated to so many little things by my fiance. Got some presents this morning, which I loved. And then we had a little breakfast together on the way to Thought Bubble. I got a little Colin the Caterpillar for my cake, and then this evening we went out for Italian after the convention, and it's just been such a wonderful weekend. We're going to hit the hay pretty soon, and then tomorrow early we drive back to London, where we will see we will be greeted by my sister and her boyfriend, who are currently at ours now after flying over from Australia. And in the next day or two, I will get all my bits, I'll get all the little bits and pieces together about Thought Bubble and film a little part for that. But yes, that's all my thoughts so far on the experience. Would really recommend. It was an amazing convention. Even if you're not exhibiting and you just get a ticket to come along for a day or the full weekend, there's just so much to see. So many cool indie comic creators and artists, and then some big names as well. I saw Chrome, who is one of the artists that I've followed back from like DeviantArt days, I think. And that was like pretty surreal to actually meet him in person, buy some of his art. Yeah, just really awesome, really cool. Had an amazing time, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye! It was -1, it said on the phone, like earlier. -1.
I'm sick of weird movie.
Yeah, we need to go back south ASAP. Finally, the car heated up and we were nice and cozy for our 4-hour drive back into the city, plus another hour or two that it took to drop the car off and then take the tube back home. After a very cute reunion with my sisters, the next day we all took the train up to Manchester, and as you could tell, it was freezing. We had more snow, which was really exciting, but made us not want to be outside for too long. We spent one night in Manchester and went for dinner at the Christmas markets, which was really beautiful.
Spicy mayo.
As this week is very busy with family, I will do a final Thought Bubble video, wrapping it all up, talking about the money side of things. But until then, have a great week, guys. Catch you later.